Hi, everyone. Um, Still continuing my fascinating experience with OpenAI operator. I go from this is stupid to this is crazy. It's hard for me to explain my feelings when I see this in action. At some level, it's kind of super kludgy where it goes and acts like a human and clicks through screens. And I'm like, this just won't scale. There are just use cases where it just doesn't make sense. And then there are some use cases where I'm just blown away. And so I, so far, for those of you who have been following along, I asked it to go, I showed a video of how I had built an agent on Agent.ai to show an executive's disk profile using their LinkedIn posts and LinkedIn activities. And then I had asked operator the same question and said, go into LinkedIn, find an executive, find their LinkedIn post, LinkedIn activity, summarize, generate their disk profile. And I compared the two and I was pretty impressed with what it came back with. And then I thought, what if I ask it to build an agent on Agent AI that does this, which basically is mimicking what I did. And so I gave it that instruction and it actually ended up building an agent. And you're going to see this. Sorry, this is a different one. So you're going to see this, what it does. And in some ways, I am blown away. So you're going to see it goes to Agent AI. It kind of figures out how to sign in, goes to the Agent Builder tab, um, clicks around a little, but then, figures out where to go, create an agent, decides to take a template rather than start from scratch, changes the name, changes the description, checks out that stuff, looks at the actions, edits the actions, and now it is building the agent. And this is a bit scary. Um, and it's kind of clicking around and figuring it out. I don't know how it knows where to go. I don't know how it's figuring out that if it needs to do this, it needs to go click on these things. I mean, this is actually it using an application, somehow understanding the UI of the application. And I know, having kind of spent the last few months building stuff on Agent AI, the documentation isn't that great. So it's not like it's going and reading something somewhere. It's just clicking around the application and like learning how to use the application. And it's built an agent. I mean, listen, this agent is not working. So anyway, you saw the process of what it went through, which kind of blew my mind. Then I went and I looked at the actual agent it built, and you can see it. Uh, if I were to run this, so I'm going to run the agent that it built just to show you. So it kind of put a title, description. I say Dharmesh at HubSpot. I click go, and now it's going to go do its thing. And just to explain to you what it's doing, it's first going and for that executive using Perplexity, it goes and finds the LinkedIn URL, which if you look at my agent, I did something similar. It's kind of doing this output because this was from the previous one. Should have deleted it, but it didn't. So this is where it's not completely right, but I mean, hey, it got it like there. And then it said, go find LinkedIn activity for the person. And then it's using GPT-4o to understand the LinkedIn activity to then output a disk profile. The prompting is pretty sad, prompt engineering part of it. But the agent did get created. And then if I were to now go look at the output, so here we go, need specific details about the executive post. It did not work. I mean, so to be fair, but looking at this, I know exactly where it's gone off. So I can, delete this stuff. I don't need this. I can go make sure that, the LinkedIn URL was proper and all that stuff. But point is, it got 70% of the way there, 80% of the way there, that I can now go and quickly finish this off. And so did it help speed things up? Definitely. I had it build me a clay table. And so you can kind of see this video in play here. And so now I said, go, I had another example where I was trying to find auto businesses near me. And it's going, setting some proximity radius. This is where it kind of got all messed up, where it's trying to do some proximity radius, but it's trying to find the right type of car repair place, continue. But other than that, it like create a blank table. It's going, trying something, clicking around, figuring things out. If I had not given it the proximity, maybe it would have done a better job. But that seems to be definitely tripping it up. But at the end of it, if you look at it, it ended up generating a table with some businesses found. Again, it did not completely work, but again, I don't think it is actually going and reading any kind of manuals or understanding how to use the software. It's just going to the website, and from the website of the software is figuring out how to use the website. I did another one where I asked her to go to AnyQuest and build an agent there. And this AnyQuest is a drag and drop software, and now it's like kind of freaking out a bit on it. But for a half a second, it was able to kind of drag the generate, drag the start, connect the two together, which again is pretty impressive that it's able to do drag and drop and connect stuff. So this is blowing my mind a little as, yeah, I mean, initially I was thinking you give it tasks to do, but if you can actually have it build stuff, gets you 60, 70% of the way there, it just opens up a lot of possibilities, I think.